Hey, welcome back everybody. Today I am going to cut my rear axle and front axle, and before starting I decided to measure them because they're a little bit of a pain to measure because you've got the inset hub there. Now the front is going to be a teeny bit wider than the back because the back has these little bushings set into it, so it's a 0.1 narrower. The front I ended up with 1 13/16 for the width of this, and the back is 1 11/16. You want to go a little narrower, that's fine. Wider will be too wide for the showdown rules, which is 2 5/8 to the outside edge of the tires, which I have set myself up a little caliper here to keep it within that. A little narrower and you're fine. Harry likes it to the outside edge of the tire and not the wheel, which keeps the cars from rubbing as they go around the exciting corners on the oval. So let's start the way I like to cut it. Some people use Dremels, some people use the old hand X-Acto saws. I got this little power saw from Harbor Freight, and it just makes a nice straight cut for me. I can't seem to get them straight with the doing it by hand, but I haven't been around as long. So anyway, let's see. Very high tech using this wooden ruler. I like to put just a little bit of Sharpie on there, kind of low buck marking ink. And I just take my X-Acto knife and scratch a line. I know I got highly accurate measurements there, but in the end, it's not rocket science, and it will come out close enough. All right, that one's marked. Let's mark the front while we're at it so we don't have to do it twice. Now some builds, I like to make the axles narrower and use a bunch of spacers to hold the wheels out, but I'm building this one using the parts that came in the kit, and they only gave us some 0.01 spacers, so it's going to be set up that way, which is fine. Doesn't need to be offset or anything crazy. All right, this might be too noisy. I don't know. Never done this on air. Anyway, let's get it. Yeah, come on. I'm sure this is the excitement of the day for my video. All right, so I like to press it down. All right, let's see how it sounds. That's not too bad. So you get a pretty nice square cut with that. I'll run my X-Acto through it, clean up the burrs, but there's your rear axle. Let's just zip off the front. And sorry if I'm concentrating, sometimes those things. It's not perfect, but it works. All right. Don't think we have a use for that. Maybe we do. Wait a minute. Yes, I do. I like to make my front end a little different than the wire setup. Basically, I'll have the two rails here, a cross member, on top and the axle stacked, it then ends up giving the wheels the same exact height. So not set up for soldering yet, but so basically clean the ends with your X-Acto knife. Use sandpaper if you have it. And those are going like that. And that'll be soldered in there. And there you go. Another thing I did that I didn't tell you about, to punch the holes to stick your driver in to tighten the grub screw, I like to use a drill bit. It's easy, just shove it right through, line it up with the hole. It's just easy, just eyeball it, give it a teeny twist, and it helps. All right, I think that's all for now. I'll come back later and we'll do a little soldering. I got my wheelbase set up. Little Ford's gonna look pretty hot on there, I think. Excellent. See y'all later.